Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought we'd do a 2-page Monsters Ink scrapbook layout. The papers that I'm using for today are actually from scrapbook.com. The first one is called Monsters. The second one, which is for my main paper, is from Echo Park and it's Mermaid Dreams. It's called Border Strips. And lastly, from Photo Play, this one's called Autumn Leaves. For my main paper, it measures 11.5 by 11.5 and I inked my edges with my Stampin' Up! Early Espresso. To start off, I do have two pieces. For the bottom part, it measures 2.5 inches by 11.5, and for the top part, it measures 1.5. Next, I just have two strips of paper. They each measure 11.5 by 1/4. One for the top and one for the bottom. Next, I do have two borders. They're both Googled images that I brought down to my silhouette and trace. For the top one, it measures 1/2 inch. For the bottom one, it measures 3/8 by 11.5. And I'll go ahead and glue it down with my zip dry. I'm actually very excited to be doing a Monsters Inc. layout. I love Monsters Inc. My favorite movie actually is the prequel, the Monsters University. But I've always wanted to do a layout, I just didn't know what to make. If you guys hadn't noticed that I'm a fan since my avatar picture has the okay from the Monsters University. I also want to do a layout for the prequel, the Monsters University, but I don't know what to do yet. Next, I'll go ahead and back this on a piece of 12 by 12 craft cardstock paper. And for my next page, I do have it ready. Next, I do have 3 photo frames. This frame is actually from Little Scraps of Heaven. For my big one, it does measure 9 inches by 6.5, and on my silhouette, I did do internal offset. And for the inside, it measures for a 6x4 picture. And this is actually how it comes out on Little Scraps of Heaven. So I just adjusted it a little bit in order to fit a 6x4 picture, just pretty much stretched it on both sides. For my smaller frame, it measures 5 inches, 5 1/8 by 5 1/4, and for the inside it measures 3.5. Next, I do have my title. My title measures 2 inches by 5 1/8. And for this, I pretty much just created this on my silhouette. I typed in Boo, used my my Walt font, created an offset, grouped it together, and then just put 2 flowers that I happen to have in my file section, and put them in the back, grouped everything together, and then just created an offset. So nothing too fancy, just again created it on my silhouette. And the wording, the Boo, I popped it up on 1 thickness of foam tape. My next 3 pieces are just Googled images that I brought onto my silhouette and trace. If anybody's interested, I do have a tutorial on how to do that. To start off, I do have my bed. For the bed, it measures 4 3/8 by 7 3/4, and everything has been paper piece. Next, I do have Boo. She does measure 4 1/4 by 3 1/4, and I also popped her up on 1 thickness of foam tape. For her, I'll go ahead and place her right here. Next, I do have my door with Sully and Mike Wazowski. For the whole image, it measures 8 5/8 by 6.5. And on here, I did place a couple of paper flowers from Hobby Lobby Paper Studio. On the center, I did use my Nouveau drops, and I did pop it up on 1 thickness of foam tape. Now for this image, let me be honest, I was so scared to go ahead and do it. I had actually created this layout about maybe 3 weeks to a month ago, and because of this image, I was actually too lazy to cut everything out because of all the detail it went. And I actually did this process on Snapchat, and I even posted how scared I was to piece it together because it was a lot of little pieces, and I was just scared. It was very time consuming. It took me about 20 minutes to 25 minutes to piece it together, but I really like how it came out. I'm not sure if I would do it again or if I would do it any smaller because of all the detail. So I think this is a pretty good size. And for this, I'll go ahead and place it right over here. Now this is going to be a very simple layout. Every time we go to Disney's California Adventure, my daughter, the first thing she wants to do is go to the Monsters Inc. ride, and they have a huge door at the entrance, and we always take pictures there. So this layout would be really good if you have pictures from California Adventure. I personally love just to hang out at California instead of Disneyland. There's always less people. And I think Disneyland is just way too crowded. But I'm not really into crowds, so that's just my opinion again. Now for some added touch, I cut out the number 2319. If you're familiar with the movie, you know what that means. And I was actually also going to cut an image of a white sock here, but my husband told me I was doing too much. He said 2319 was good enough. And to glue that down, I'll go ahead and use my Zig pen. And there you have it. This is my 2-page Monsters Inc. scrapbook layout. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you so much. Bye for now.